seated position, whatever that looks like, feels like to you. Just taking a minute to slow down that body, that mind, and that breath. Sitting up nice and tall, vertebrae stacked one on top of the other, lengthening and lifting all the way through the top of the head. Trying to create some space through those vertebrae. Taking those shoulders and just relaxing those shoulders, pressing those shoulders back and down. Creating some space in that body and those muscles. Space for a little bit of release. And creating a little bit of space within that mind. Space and time for yourself. 45 minutes being time for self-care, self-love. It's that time that we take for ourselves that gives us that much time that we can give for others. So try and keep yourself present within your body and within your mind for the next 45 minutes. The next time you inhale, lifting up all the way through the top of the head. As you exhale, slowly lower that chin to your chest. And then gently begin rocking that head out side to side, right to your right shoulder. Lift your left shoulder, half neck circles. Always keeping a half neck circle, because full neck circles really put a lot of compression and pressure on that neck and really could hurt yourself doing that. I always prefer the half neck circles just because they're a lot safer and still just as effective. Let's take that right over to the right shoulder, press that left shoulder down and away. You wonder why you never see me roll my head all the way around, is because it's really can do more damage than it can good to that neck. And then if you'd like, taking that left hand down, walk those fingers away, create a little more space, create a little more stretch through the side of the neck. Keeping the chin lifted and back for now. Ear over to the shoulder. And then we're going to tilt that chin down towards that right shoulder and take your gaze down towards the right hand, the right knee, floor. You don't have to have your eyes open, you can still keep them closed, but just let that chin tilted down. And from here, we're going to take that head and that chin back up. We're going to relax that left arm, bring it back above that knee. And then we're going to take that head and again, rock it out a couple times. Half neck circles, right, left, right. And then when you're ready to land the left ear over to the left shoulder, hold it here. Again, push that right shoulder down away, create some space. And then if you'd like more, take the right hand down, walk those fingers away. And always continue to breathe. And again, chin down towards that left shoulder. If your eyes are open, the gaze is going down towards that left hand. And then once again, lift that chin back up, walk that hand back in, relax that shoulder again a couple more times, just rock it out side to side. And stretch by holding, and we can also stretch by moving. So you still get a stretch by moving that head, stretch by holding, static versus dynamic stretching. We're going to bring that chin back down towards our chest. Just take it, hold it here for a minute. If you'd like, you can take the hands behind you and you can walk the fingers back. But we're not taking the whole body, we're just taking the hands and walking them back and pushing the shoulders back and down. If you're just keeping the hands there, just press the shoulders back and down. Stretch through the back of the neck, stretch through the shoulders. And then bring those hands back in and lifting that head up. And then opening up those eyes if they're not open. Take those shoulders up, roll them back. Again, shoulders up and shoulders down. One more time, bring them up and down. Hands down by our side. Nice deep breath. Inhale, exhale, folding forward, seated forward fold. Head, chest, and body coming far forward as you can go. Just holding it here. Good to see you guys. Those of you who jumped in after we started, welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming today. And then from here, nice deep breath, tight core as you inhale. And then that entire spine lifts up together. Okay, from here, let's go ahead and take those legs out from underneath us from that cross position into an extended position. Inhale all the way up and exhale and fold forward. So bringing that head, that chest, that body towards those legs as you lengthen those hamstrings. Lengthen and hold. As we're starting to move, if we feel a lot of resistance and tension in that body, just feel free to back out a little bit. If you're able to feel a little release, feel free to go a little deeper. And then from here, let's inhale, come up. And then from here, let's take that right knee, just bend that right knee, bring it in. And then from here, just gonna hold it, keep that left arm to take a hold of it. We're gonna inhale that right arm up, and we're gonna exhale and take that right arm back behind us, and just take a little twist, just a seated twist, hugging that knee into that body, or just holding that leg, whatever works for you. But making sure we're not leaning back. We've got a nice upright body, got that hand down there to help lift and lengthen through that spine. And then just gently untwist. As we do, we're going to take the left hand, either the first two fingers to grab the big toe or the hand to the arch of the foot, whichever you like. You can grab that toe, untwist, and bring ourselves to center. So extending that leg. And then from here, once again, we're going to inhale that right arm up. And this time we're going to exhale, we're going to twist back, and we're going to reach back behind us. So we've extended that leg. And again, you can take a hold, or if you're having a hard time doing that, you can always stay with that bent knee, but if you can extend, reach back, look over that shoulder, take that long, and hold it right here. So just taking one more breath. And then from here, just gently untwist, release that leg. Let's inhale up, and let's exhale and fold forward. So seated forward fold, the chest and body all coming forward, lengthen and hold. Once again, nice deep breath, inhale, lift ourselves up. And then this time we're gonna bring the left knee in. And again, take the right arm, just grab a hold of it. Inhale, that left arm up, exhale, twist, take it behind you. Keep that spine tall. Just twist. Breathe. One more nice deep breath. And then let's just untwist, release, and again, right hand, toe, arch of the foot, whatever works. Extend that leg, inhale that left arm up, exhale, left arm comes back, twist. And this time, if you can, just reaching back behind you, just hold it here, extending that leg as long as you can, and taking a nice big reach. And then from here, release that leg, release that arm. One more time, inhale up and exhale and fold forward. Going into that forward fold, hold it here, just one more breath. Once again, inhale, head up. Let's bring ourselves up onto our hands and our knees for a couple cat cows. So, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Hands about shoulder width apart, knees about hip distance apart, fingers spread wide, and the legs resting behind those knees. Coming into cat, inhale, round that back, chin in towards your chest. And then exhale, reverse to cow. Just holding it the first time for a couple breaths. And always remembering that although we release that back, we're keeping that belly pulled in tight when we're in cow. Inhale, exhale, round, reverse, cat, cow. Stretch that back. Remember, if when I tell you to inhale, when I tell you to exhale, it's too confusing. Just breathe, breath, naturally flow, probably where that body needs it. One more time each, right? Inhale, exhale. And then to a neutral spine, whatever a nice flat back is for you. And let's just curl the toes and lift the knees so they're hovering just right above the ground, right here. So there's hovering a millimeter above the ground. Just hold, belly's pulled in tight, warming up that belly, that back, that butt, those legs, just a little bit. One more breath. And then let's come to our knees, feet together, sit back in a child's pose. Extend those arms in front, forehead down. Sit back onto those heels just for a moment. Give that back a little stretch. Extend those arms, stretch through the shoulders. And then from here, lifting that head up, curl the toes, lift it, make our way into our downward facing dog. Coming into our down dog. And if it feels good, you can walk it out. Feet are about hip distance apart. And you'll hear me say about a lot. It's because it's really what's most comfortable for your body. It used to be, I've been teaching yoga for a bazillion years, that you had to be in exact alignment and things were exactly hip distance and blah, blah, blah. But over the years, they discovered that everybody's different. And even though your hips might be a certain distance, the way that they're positioned, the way the bones are inserted, you might be more comfortable a little more narrow, a little more wide. That's totally fine. Look towards those hands, walk or jump the feet to the hands to a standing forward fold. Head, chest, and body coming towards those legs, lengthening those hamstrings. Give them a nice big stretch. Give that back a nice big stretch as you're trying to draw it all together. And let's inhale to a flat back. Gaze comes out over the end of the feet. Hands can go to the shins, they can stay on the floor, whatever works. But I want you to pull the crown of the head forward, and I want you to push the hamstrings back behind you. And then exhale, release into that forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the side, head up, flat back, up, up, up. We come all the way up, standing, and bring those hands together. And then from here, you're just gonna inhale, bring the arms up together, take it over to the right, give the side body a little stretch. Reaching all the way over to the right. Take the hands together, you can keep the hands apart, whatever's good for you. Come through center, take it over to the other side. We're going to make our way back to center, bring those hands down. And now I will be moving and I'm turning around a lot. You guys do not need to turn with me. I just want to turn so you guys can see what I'm doing. So feel free, if you want to turn, you don't have to turn, you can stay where you are. But anyways, we're going to take the right foot slightly in front of the left. So I just turn to the side so you can see where my feet are. So I want you to take that right foot slightly in front of the left, and we're just going to inhale up. And then we're going to exhale and we're going to fold forward. So we're going to fold over that right leg. So now we've got the legs just maybe about 1 foot length in between, and we're folding over that leg. You just fold where you can go. Stretch is coming through the right backside of the right leg, lengthening through that leg, bringing that body onto that right leg. Both legs are pretty long, not bending into the knees, but we're not locking those knees out. And then let's inhale to that flat back, come up to that half fold. And then exhale, release. Inhale, arms out to the side, head up, chest leads, flat, flat back. We come up, standing, bring the hands down. And then we're just gonna switch the feet. So we're gonna step, getting that right foot forward, left foot is back. And both toes are kind of pointed forward, but again, if it's in your anatomy, for that to be a little turned out, whatever works. Inhale up, exhale, folding forward. So folding over that leg and giving the back of that left leg a nice big stretch through that hamstring. Also too, a little challenge maybe for your balance because those legs aren't that stable base when they're side by side. And then again, inhale to that flat back. Just taking that half fold, hold it here, still pushing those hamstrings back, and then release. Inhale, arms out to the side, head up, chest leads, flat, flat back. Up to standing we go, and bring the hands down around. All right, and then from here, you're gonna bring those feet. So those feet are just about touching, and actually they are touching. Feet are nice and close. We're gonna inhale up, and we're gonna exhale, and we're gonna fold forward. So again, into that forward fold this time, different stretch for those legs, because those legs are close together. Lengthen those hamstrings, bring that chest in. Take a couple breaths right here. And then from here, hands down, walk or jump into a plank. Come to a nice strong plank, looking out just above those hands, belly's pulled in tight. So come into your plank, just hold it here for a moment. Now remember, if you ever need to modify your plank, if it's a little too much, you can always come to your knees. You can also chaturanga from your knees. So if that's ever needed, feel free, all right? And before we chaturanga, use the toes to push the shoulders slightly in front of the wrist to protect those wrists, and then slowly lower down like you're doing that tricep push-up as you chaturanga to our up dog, lifting up through the front of the body, tap the thighs or the feet, and then to your down dog. Curl your toes, lift your hips, come back into that down dog. So continue that down dog, pushing that body weight back into those heels, chest away from the arms. Come here, rest, release. Take a couple breaths. Again, it feels good, walk it out. Whatever feels good, stretch, stretch, stretch. Back side of that body. And then from here, let's lift that right leg up behind you, nice and high, your down dog splits. Let's bend the knee, swing it forward underneath the body, in between the hands through. And then from here, we're gonna come down onto that left knee. Now, if you need any cushions, you got pillows, blankets at home, feel free, especially if you're on a hardwood floor. All right, go ahead and come down onto that knee and then into a low lunge. Release that toe, lift ourselves up. So we're coming to that low lunge. And don't be afraid to grab some props, especially since we have them at home, and use them. You've heard me say this before, there's certain things that we can improve in our bodies, but strengthening those knees, not one of them. If you've got issues with knees and you don't have enough cartilage underneath that kneecap, it's not gonna come back. You need to help protect those knees and just make ways that you can still do things with that protection in place. All right, and then from here, we're just gonna take the arms down, we're gonna straighten and lengthen that leg, and we're gonna fold forward. So now stretching out that hamstring, folding over that right leg. You can point that toe if you'd like. And let's see if my friend Lori was here. She's super duper flexible, so she might need, someone might need splits. If you are super duper flexible, slide that left leg behind you. You can split it out, go in there, but if you need to, go for it. But there are ways that if you're here and you're not feeling it, you can point that toe. Just find that place. Give yourself a nice big stretch. All right, then from here, we're gonna put that toe down. We're gonna lift ourselves up into a high lunge. If you have anything down there, you might wanna move it out of the way as you lift yourself up into a high lunge. Just momentarily into a high lunge, bend into those knees. Hold it here. And then from here to warrior two. Open up through the hips, drop onto that back foot, open up through the arms, squeeze between the shoulder blades, bend into that front knee. So as we come in here into our warrior two, as we find this position here, make sure you're not leaning forward. We're gonna get there when we get to triangle with those shoulders stacked over those hips, with that body back, and with that movement to come from that knee. And then for a little movement, let's just bend and straighten that leg. So straightening that leg, bending it, taking those arms with us, just flowing a little bit, extension, and extending, and lengthening. Flexing and extending through that knee. One more time. Once you get back into your warrior two, just hold it here. So as we come here, find that place that's comfortable for you. And depending on your body, if you're comfortable with the legs super far apart, as you bend the knee, remember the knee over the ankle, a little behind. If you're not as comfortable, those legs will be a little closer together, and you just don't bend that front knee as much. So find what's, again, is good for you and your body. Some days might be different than others, right? And now from here, let's extend that front leg as we make our way into triangle. So let's just take that long leg, and now we're gonna lean forward. Reach from the hips, reach as far forward as you can with that right hand, and then bring that right arm down on the inside, or you can take it to that leg inside outside. If you do have blocks at home, or if you don't have blocks, you could use the book. You have yoga blocks, something that you can, yoga blocks are great. probably can't find these anywhere. A lot of fitness equipment you can't find anywhere because everybody's using them now at home and have ordered things, you know. But you can, a book would be exactly the same thing that you could move, you could use it. All right, if you don't need it, it just makes you a little more stable. If you don't need it, you don't have it, you can just stay here. Take that left shoulder, reach up, try and pull that arm back. One more nice big breath. And then from here, we're going to make our way back up into our warrior two. So we're just going to unwind ourselves, bring ourselves back up, and hold it here. And then from here, we're going to release those arms down, and we're going to step that left leg a little bit, so the toes are forward and a little bit in. So remember earlier we went into that fold with those legs super close. Now the legs are a little wider, both toes pointed the same direction. This time we'll take our hands on our hips. Let's go up nice and tall, and then let's just fold forward. So just coming to a little pyramid. Wherever is comfy for you. A couple more breaths. And then we're going to release those hands down, put them down, and let's send that right leg back behind us to our down dog splits. Send that leg nice and high, wherever it can go, wherever it can go. And then from here, just a little bit of core work. Let's bring that right knee to the right elbow. And just hold. And then extend it up. Right knee, left elbow, just hold. Extend it up. Right knee underneath the body. So coming under, coming hold. Extend it up. And then let's put that foot down, come forward to a plank, through plank, slowly, chaturanga, lower down, lift up to your up dog, to your down dog. So coming back into that down dog, hold it here, take a couple breaths. Again, walk it out if it feels good. Hey, Tucker. Come on in. It's time for yoga. Hi. Oh, hi, Diego. Come on in. Coming into down dog. They're like, that's not right. It should be called down cat. Okay. All right, I have participants. I have more people. Hello, lift your left leg up. And do nice and high down dog splits. Again, bend that knee, swing it forward. In between the hands, if it didn't get there, just pick it up and move it. Onto that knee, remember, don't be afraid to use something. Come down into that low lunge. Hi, guys. All right. Yes, Tiger and Diego. All right, holding it here. And then from here, again, arms down, lengthen that leg and fold over it. So as you fold over that leg, again, remember, get what you need out of that hamstring. Point the toe. If you need to slide that right leg back into splits. I know some people like to sit back onto that right heel into half hero, but that hero is really hard on your knees. There's a few postures that I'm just like, they're not really worth the damage they could do to your body. That's why they're not done in my classes, so in my practice, but if it works for you, feel free. But I'm all about preserving that body, preserving my body and your bodies so that we can continue to do this. Right? And then from here, again, coming down onto a flat foot, lift ourselves up into that high lunge. So lifting ourselves up. So, as I would say, I've been doing this teaching for 34 years now. Ooh, 34 years later. And then from here, making our way into our warrior two. 34 years later, still able to do it, which is a bonus. And in my 34 years, only one major injury. Snapped my calf muscle. And that was when I was teaching 20 step aerobic classes a week. And then I realized that was when I was in my 20s too. I was like, dumb and stupid, all those high impact classes and all those step aerobic classes. And then I realized, oh my gosh, balance is better, right? All right, holding it here, nice strong warrior. And then from here, straightening out that leg. And again, reach, 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 left, 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 and coming down. And here we go, coming into our triangle. Hold it here. Yeah, this one years ago, I literally ripped my calf muscle in two while I was teaching a class, and I just sat down and finished teaching. And then I got up and I couldn't walk, and I was like, I think I need to go to the hospital. One more breath. And then again, come back up, slide back up and into that knee, back to our warrior two. Take another breath. And then release those hands. And then again, just stepping that right leg just in a little bit with that toe forward. So find a nice wide base. All right, for our pyramid. And then from here, hands on the hips, nice and tall, lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold over that leg. You can either keep the hands on the hips, or if you want to release the hands to the leg, it's up to you. I'm going to keep my hands on the hips for a little something different, a little different stretch. All right, so hold that back flat, but you can release and roll if you'd like. Entirely up to you what you need to get to stretch those hamstring muscles. And then from here, once again, nice deep breath in, head up. Help support that back to lift yourself up. Take those hands down. Let's send that left leg back behind you. And then again, left knee, left elbow. Come to a strong place. We'll bring it up, bring it across. And then let's bring it across. Let's bring it underneath. And then extend it back. Put it down. Angle forward to your plank, through your plank. Chaturanga, your up dog, to your down dog. Lift to the hands, walk or jump the feet to the hands, to a standing forward fold. Adjust the body, coming towards those legs, lengthen those hamstrings. Bring it all together as best as you can. Inhale to that flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms out to the side, head up, chest leads, flat, flat back. Up, 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 we come. Just standing, bringing the hands down and around. Now as we come into one balancing posture, again, since we're in the luxury of our homes, if you have something to hold on to, even if you have to move somewhere else out of the room or around the room to hold on, feel free to hold on, do what you need, okay? I'm going to start so you guys have a side view. So we're just gonna bring that right knee in towards our chest. We're gonna hug it in. Now we did this seated, so if you need to too, you can sit back down and just do this on the ground. But you can, and I'll give you other options, but left hand, remember we did this, grab the toe, grab the arch of the foot, extend that leg, and then take that right arm up and extend back. And again, you can hold on. You can also choose not to extend that leg and just keep the knee bent and held and reach back. Okay, whatever works. But if you can, take that leg long, extend and reach. One more breath. And then from here, we're just gonna release, untwist, release that leg, and shake it out. And when you're ready, again, starting easy, bring that left knee in, find your balance. Say, okay, am I gonna stay here? Am I gonna take the arm back and twist? Am I going to grab a hold of that foot? Extend, standing up nice and tall as best as we can. Hold on if you need to. Do what works for you. One more breath. And then from here, release, bring it in, and shake it out. All right. So hopefully I give you a little challenge for your balance. All right, when we're ready, nice deep breath. Inhale up, exhale. Let's fold forward. So coming back into that forward fold, giving that stretch. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Two here if it feels good. Walk it out. Hands down, walk or jump into a plank. Nice long, strong line. Kind of hold it here for a moment. Belly in tight. Hold, hold, hold. And then again, slowly, chaturanga, lower down. Lift up to your up dog. And then to your down dog. Take a couple breaths right here. Breathe. And then from here to your knees, to a child's pose. Arms extend in front. Sit back, knees hip distance or more or less apart. Feet together. Sit back. Extend and reach. And then bring the hands back beside your head. And then very slowly lift ourselves up. And then from here, we're going to cross those legs behind us. We're going to sit back. A little bit more belly strength, moving into our core. And so make sure you get some room to move about, because we're just going to grab a hold of, make sure you have room because we're going to rock back and forth. So I'm just making sure I've got room, I'm not going to whack my head. So grab a hold of those shins, and then we're just going to roll back, and we're going to roll up and hover and hold. And as you hover and hold, trying to get those toes right above the ground as you hover. So try and let that core strength come bring you and balance you and lift you. Go at your own pace. A couple more times. Ooh, I've got my helper saying, no, don't do that. Okay, here we go. So come back and hover and hold. Now, coming here, now you can come into a different boat if you want to release the arms, bend the knees. If you want to extend those legs, it's entirely up to you. Do what works for you. If you're extending those legs, roll those shoulders back and down, belly pulled in nice and tight. And hold. Again, you don't have to extend those legs. You can keep those knees bent. If you're having a hard time extending those legs, maybe if you came to Pilates on Wednesdays, you'd be able to do it. Yeah, one more breath. And then bend the knees and back to the rock and the roll. It's a little bit of work, but it's also a little release. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time. So make sure you got room. One more time. And once we come back up, again, come and hold. So we're holding a boat. So again, if you need to hold onto those hamstrings or those shins, do it. If you can release, do it. If you can bend those knees and hold, if you can extend those legs, hold. Roll those shoulders back and down, lifting through the top of the head, lifting through the legs. Give me a couple more breaths, squeeze those inner thighs together. Come and hold, one more breath. And then let's release and fold forward. So now coming forward, release, forward fold. Drop that body in, grab a hold of those legs if you'd like. And then from here, inhale, lift it up, bring ourselves up. And then we're just gonna give ourselves a really slow Pilates roll down. So we're gonna very slowly roll, 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 all the way down. Once we're down, hands overhead, reach, point, and stretch. So reach long with those arms, point those toes, give that body a nice big stretch. And then from here, bring those hands down by your side. And then from here, we stretch that right hamstring, and the left foot can either stay long or you can bend that knee. And then first, we're gonna start with that toe pointed. We're gonna point that toe, and you can grab behind the hamstring or the calf, or one in each place. Both here, wherever works. But first, point that toe, and then flex the foot as you're pulling it in. So just stretching the back of that leg. And again, point the toe. And flex that foot. I'm just feeling the difference. And then release that foot and just circle that ankle one direction, kind of releasing the stretch a little. And then we'll release that leg down. And then that left leg comes up, and again, the right leg can either be long or bent, whatever's comfortable. First, point the toe. And again, pull it in, whatever works. Flex the foot. And feel a little bit different stretch. Yeah, when you point and flex that toe. Yeah, point. Maybe not, maybe yes. flex. And then release, and again, circles one way, the other. And then from here, we're gonna put both feet on the floor. We're gonna take the arms out to the side at a T. We're gonna drop the knees to the right, and we're gonna look over to the left. So just a little gentle low back stretch. Take it. Just a little release through that low back. Bring the knees to center, drop them to the left, and look to the right. Bring it back to center, and now take a loose hold on those shins, or put the palms on the knees and just circle, circle, circle. One direction, belly, and circling the other way. All right, and then just rock it out side to side, whatever works. All right, as we next make our way into our final posture for Shavasana. Traditional is extending the legs, take them shoulder width more apart, maybe even more, and just let them relax. Arms by the side, palms up, and just let that body come to where you can just close your eyes. And as I always say, if corpse pose doesn't work for you, find something else that does. Find another posture that will be comfortable for you. If you need support for that low back, you can put something underneath your knees, a rolled up blanket underneath the knees, a pillow underneath the knees. If you need support for the neck, you can put a pillow under the neck. Do whatever works for you. Find a place that you can just close your eyes, slow down that body, that mind, and that breath. You just continue to breathe. Slowly bringing some awareness back into that body. You can move those fingers, toes, hands, feet, arms, legs, or even that head can go side to side. A little bit of movement coming into that body with a little bit of thought to make that body move. And whenever you're ready, rolling over onto the side of your choice. Anyone who's pregnant should go left. Everybody else choose a side that's comfortable for you. And just remain here for a moment to let that blood flow come back to that head and that heart. Remember the past, plan for the future, but live for today, because yesterday is gone and tomorrow may never come. Remember the past, plan for the future, but live for today, because yesterday is gone and tomorrow may never come. And that quote is from an unknown source. As we bring ourselves up back to our seated position, back to where we began, and hopefully on this day of remembrance, remembering that this time that we take for ourselves and our bodies, again, self-love, self-care just gives us that much more we can give to others. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next week. Namaste, and come next week for a special class next week. So we'll see you then.